a guy who kind of helped make all this possible. Very good to have you.
Thanks
So
for
you were
having me.
on the brink, right? And what happened?
Well, I wrote a letter to all of my subscribers to our email list, and I had to be honest. I was at the end. I tried all I could, and no one else was there to really help. And my rent is just jacking up. And so I wrote a letter and said, that's it, I'm done.
Who did you write it to?
I wrote it to 2,000 of my email subscribers, our customer community that's dedicated, that care about Historic Neir's Tavern.
And it went viral.
And all of a sudden, my phone literally, whenever say blow up,
yeah,
my phone blew up. It was just amazing.
Did they know you were in the dire straits you were in until they got your letter?
They didn't know how bad it was. Last year, they do know that the building was sold, and people didn't know what was happening. But I was trying to give the building owner, some sense of doing the right thing. So I never really said too much. I just kind of kept it between me and the building owner. But he ceased negotiations for months. Stop. We can't operate with no lease. Yeah. How are we going to invest money?
But it's such an iconic name, and we know from Goodfellas, but so much more. I mean, did you ever try to recruit, let's say, Joe Pesci or some of the other big players?
It's not only myself, but we had a team, a small team that was passionate about Goodfellas. Is an iconic film.
Absolutely.
So people come there, they take selfies in the same spot, and we tried, and these guys are busy. So our small guys, we don't really have a chance.
Maybe you could work something out. Joe Pesci has been nominated for an Oscar. Maybe saying if you say something about us in your acceptance speech, you could do something there.
Yeah. Well, it took the mayor to come. Maybe.
Yeah. Explain how that all came about.
Yeah, well, I wrote that letter, and I was still trying to, there were only a couple days left before I closed the doors, and someone said, you can call in to speak to the mayor. And guess what? I actually got through, and I told him the story, and he was literally very dismayed by this whole situation, and he started putting the wheels in progress. And next thing you know, we're sitting in the room, locked. Tom Gresh, Queen's Chamber of Commerce, locked the door, with the mayor and the city on the line saying, you guys don't leave until you have a deal that works for everyone. And 2 hours later, we walked out.
So they didn't throw someone in the trunk of a car to force them to change, right?
Well, there was a point that we wanted to kind of throw there, But
so you got
watching.
the financing. That was the critical part, right? Explain how it works now.
Yeah, there's these grants for local businesses that's available. And so I had applied before. So they just kind of say, wow, you had applied before. Let's use that to help defray some of the rental costs, right? Yeah. And while you get your foot back in order and kind of get everything together. So, it was a little complex, but we actually made it happen where it worked for the landlord, it worked for the business owner, and it worked for the community and the city of New York.
You know what it says, though? You're modest. None of this would have happened without you. You were relentless about it. You put the word out, you got it out. Now you've just got to get the foot traffic, too, to confirm that you made the right move, right?
Well, according to this weekend, we might not have a problem.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have a problem.
I've never seen it this busy in my entire life of being there. Over the 11 years I've been there, I mean, people reacted, and they came strong. And I've never seen this. We ran out of everything. So we're reloading and trying to get back our footing like a local business that we always been.
It's a remarkable story. What kind of reaction just in your family have you gotten? I mean, this was a Hail Mary pass on your part, and it worked. And I always was telling you in the break, this could serve as a reminder to communities that hold certain institutions to be precious, to fight for them.
Right. And I want to make one point. You have to understand the balance. It's a balance act. You understand we all have to make profit, the landlord, the business owner. But what if you just rip down Central Park and you put up skyscrapers, and it's the best use of the money profitability-wise, but what are we losing? What are we losing? We're losing certain culture, right? Yeah. So we have to think about that when we just try to go straight with profitability. We're losing something. So if Neir's Tavern disappears, it's a cultural institution, right?
You're right.
So we have to understand and have balance in our relationship with profit and community.
Yeah, money goes in and out. I can remember when Radio City musical was on the brink. This is going back decades. And they said, well, there'll be another name there. I said, no, there's only one Radio City. They didn't give up on it. Now it's thriving, of course. But you're a reminder that you don't give up on something.
People have said this is like the field of dreams.
It is.
Yeah, I'm like, what? So whatever it is,
I'm putting you in charge of our nation's debt. You could get it all paid off and dealt with. So that's
We'll lock President Trump in a room, and maybe I'll lock him in the trunk. I don't know.
It's all paid off. All right, and the drink for everyone. Loycent Gordon, Neir's Tavern owner. It's a remarkable story and tells you about what is possible if you just combine your resources and your passions. He did. The rest is very nice history.